Because God instructs us how we need to build, what we need to build before what we are building it for comes. Let me bring that back. God instructs us how we need to build, what we need to build before what we're building it for comes. Alongside this, God gives an instruction. He says, Noah, I need you to build an ark. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood. Make rooms in the ark and cover it with pitch inside and outside. And this is how you ought to make it. Make it 450 feet long, 70 feet wide, and 45 feet high. That you ought to make a roof, finishing the sides of the roof within 18 inches of the roof. And you're going to put a door in the side of the ark and make it with lower, middle, and upper decks. He has to build an ark. He is told how to build it. With gopher wood and all the specific, he is told who is to go into it. Sons, your wife and your sons' wives, and animal specifically. And then this teaches us a lesson to some degree, doesn't it? Because God instructs us how we need to build, what we need to build before what we are building it for comes. Let me bring that back. God instructs us how we need to build, what we need to build before what we're building it for comes. And verse 22 reads, Noah did this. He did everything that God commanded him. That should be the testimony of all of us in here. He or she did everything that God commanded. Hear me very clearly. Noah makes a decision to not compromise on any of these instructions. God gave him specific dimensions. He does not compromise. God gave him pertinent details. He does not compromise. Noah refuses to compromise because ultimately compromising can cost you your very life. Can you imagine if Noah decided to use a different type of wood when the rain came? Then the wood would become unsaturated and unfit for the flood. Could you imagine if he didn't build the appropriate number of decks? He wouldn't be able to fit everyone that needed to be on the inside of the ark. Could you imagine if he compromised and left some animals off the ark? Then we wouldn't be able to repopulate the earth. There is indeed a lesson here that so many of us are comfortable with compromising. We're comfortable with compromising in our relationships, compromising in our finances, compromising in our compromising in our careers, compromising in our churches, compromises in our family. And I get it because it's so easy to compromise. It's so convenient to compromise. But hear me, everything is all good until the flood comes. And if we be honest here, I'm not trying to be in your business, but some of us are scrambling and confused right now because we have a pattern of compromising the details and dimensions of our lives. Come say that, I'll come get you. The reason why you heartbroken right now is because you compromised your standards a long time ago. The reason why you're trying to move to a whole nother city is because you compromised when you were in high school. The reason why things aren't working out is because you've had a pattern of compromising on what God called you to do. And ultimately, compromising is cool in the present, but when the flood comes, it has a way of revealing the spaces in our lives to which you and I have been compromised. I gotta tell y'all, I think now we should call for the end of Christians that compromise, for believers that are compromising. But not only can compromise